Hello, 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 people of, I don't know, GTS fam. Welcome. Welcome to this show. On this Friday, we have a really awesome guest. It's Master Grade Jess here. I'm going to let Sean do whatever he needs to do and present everyone. So thank you for tuning in.
I gotta do stuff? I thought I just sat here.
No, man, it's your time to shine.
Yes. So hi, everybody. So, yeah, we're excited to have thaButtress on the show, along with a good chunk of her butt crew in the chat as well. I mean, thank you for joining us. It means a lot, actually, having you on the show.
Yeah. No, I'm super excited. I feel like we've been friends for a while, so it's nice to finally see first of all face to face and talk about all my shit. It's a nice opportunity. It's also like getting all these pictures and everything ready was making me so gushy. Just remembering all of the past years of Buttress and butt crew things. So I'm excited. Yeah.
The road of nostalgia, as people will call it.
Yeah, no kidding. So yeah, I mean, pretty much most people here know kind of you and all that sort of stuff. But why don't you introduce yourself to some of the people that may not know you?
Yeah. Well, I'm thaButtress. I've been streaming on Twitch since 2015. Really dove into streaming my Gunpla once I got enough cameras and all the different things in order to get that fully set up. But kind of dove into it pretty hard, and I focus on customizing Gundam models to be something a little bit more that I'm interested in, like video games or other fandoms that I'm obsessed with. So that's kind of what I do on my stream. But also we, fuck off a lot and just have, in general, a good, nice, and chill community to hang out with.
It's the best kind.
Nice.
Best kind.
Oh, it absolutely is. We kind of have something similar but smaller in GTS.
It grows. But you nurture it with love and it grows.
Mm-hmm.
That's the way it works. I mean, we're just kind of, it's all about patience, and you don't really have to go in and think, oh, I'm going to be a super famous person immediately the next day. That's the way it is. But
a lot of work.
Yeah.
I hear Jess echoing the things that I tell him.
Wait, what do you mean?
I'm always telling you the slow game is the good game.
I mean, yeah, there's no way. I mean, unless you're like Justin, who started the show with me, and now he's got like 150,000 subscribers on YouTube. It's like, okay, it's been a year.
Man, I feel like YouTube is the move sometimes when it comes to just making videos. Like, people will be blowing up out there. I just never try very hard on YouTube.
Well, it's a lot of dedication, right?
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. Everything is work, and investing in Twitch and YouTube is the double whammy.
Oh, for sure. But I mean, I think also the difference in philosophy when you look at things, because for me, starting GTS, it's more of a community thing and more of a hobby and having fun with the people, and I don't really care to make it like my life project, you know what I mean? But with that being said, speaking of live projects and everything, I just want to tell you guys that this episode is brought to you guys by USA Gundam Store, which we finalized sponsorship yesterday. So you guys can use the code TALK10 on your next purchase over there at USA Gundam Store to get 10% off on your next purchase. It'd be really cool. And that's why you can see the little logo of them, because it's really cute. But regardless of that, Sean, take it away, man.
For sure. So,
Congrats on that, by the way.
Thank you. It was all Jess and me just telling him, make the call.
Yeah.
But yeah, so, I mean, you're part of the Twitch Partner Program, and I know that's kind of the end goal for everybody. So, what's it like having become partner and all that all these years?
Yeah, I mean, it like, well, for one, back in my day of streaming, there was not an affiliate program. So, and sorry for the lawn work, by the way. Heads up, everyone that can hear my yard work. The neighbors decided everyone's doing yard work today. But yeah, I streamed for so long, and there wasn't any form of monetization at all on Twitch if you weren't a partner. And so most of everything I was doing was just like trying to get partner. And back then the requirements were crazy, and I honed in my stream to be more creative, and they were doing some creative outreaches, and I ended up making partner after I think on my third try, but it was a whole lot of real dedication that led up to actually getting that approval, because I remember I moved to Texas, which moved a bazillion times, but the one time I moved to Texas, I had some crazy roommates and really just shut myself in my stream room forever and just streamed all the time. And I was focusing on Gundams a little bit, but I was also playing games. I was just trying to find what I wanted to do most. And I remember the second time I applied, I got a denial that was like really uplifting. Like they were like, you know, just look at your analytics, figure out what your highs are, figure out what your lows are, and, you know, like replicate those highs and drop the lows. And I looked at my analytics and I was like, I have the most viewership when I stream Gundams, which is like Gunpla, and that's just hilarious. Like to think like a lot of times, you know, like when you're thinking Twitch back in 2016, like you're thinking gaming.
Yep.
And that was right when IRL came out, social eating categories and like all these like when they were not really anything other than gaming. So it was a surprise to me that like people were more interested in my creative streams, but I soon found out that it's because Gunpla is just the biggest community, but not a lot of, just not as much, not as mainstream as as it is now, I don't think. I feel like it's grown a lot in the past couple of years, like in regards to like content creation. But yeah, once I figured out Gunpla was the move for me, I focused on that pretty hard and got my partnership right then and there. And you were saying like partnership is the end goal for a lot of people. And I think that's kind of one of the more stressful things is once you get partnered, then what, you know? So that was kind of a moment for a while, but yeah, the partner program in general was tight because I was able to start, you know, having a subscription button and getting all these different forms of monetization. The funny part about it was that I got partnered, I got my sub button the same day that the affiliate program came out. So I got my sub button, and all of the streamers got their sub button as well. I was not bitter at all. I was mostly excited that me and my friends could sub to each other, and but it was also just kind of, you know, typical me, you know, perfect timing. They actually gave me my acceptance letter on April Fool's Day too, so that was misleading.
Oh my god.
I think I remember when that happened, because it was.
So it was like 11 o'clock at night too. I was like, someone's fucking with me. They got to be.
I mean, well, look at you now, right? Now you have a dedicated fan base, and you know you're streaming every once in a while, and I'm really glad that you're talking about Gunpla and you got into Gundam, or kind of like showing the light on it a little bit more, because even nowadays, for as much as it's grown, it still isn't as mainstream as maybe people make it out to. I mean, if you're in the hobby like we are, like Sean and I, and you are, and you fill your life with a lot of Gundam stuff, of course it's going to seem mainstream because it's what you see every day. But once you take a step, because once you take a step back, you realize it's not as big, and it's the whole thing of pushing the hobby forward, because the hobby is amazing. It really is. So my question for you is, how did this whole love for Gunpla and Gundam start?
Oh, it definitely wasn't Gundam. It was mostly just Gunpla. I had some roommates that we went to a model shop. They stopped in and I was with them, and they were looking at all the boxes, and I thought they were just action figure styles, and I was like, God, you guys are so obsessed with action figures, like, you know, like cool or whatever, but like we're really here for a long time and I want to leave. And then when we got home, like they opened them up and they were like, you build them, and I was like, what? Like that seems actually super cool. I love crafts. Like let me go and get one too. And they took me right back there. It was, like I said, this was actually way before I started streaming, because this was in 2013, the fall, and Gundam Age just came out, I think. And so I got the Farzia kit, the HD Farzia kit, because it was pink, and it was cool. It had flowers on it.
That's fine.
So I came home and built it, immediately panel lined it, got some Gundam accent markers to give it some extra coloring, and then was immediately obsessed and bought so many Age kits. I did end up watching Age. I was one of my first animes I've ever seen, so I definitely got my heart broken. I was very upset. And then I decided to start watching Fullmetal Alchemist Brotherhood, which didn't help at all.
Yeah, okay, you went to your heartbroken, then. Are you a masochist? It's like, what is this?
I know, I thought anime was a cartoon, like, what is this? But
it's making me cry.
Yeah, so I got really into the age kits, but mostly that I think what has continued to evolve my love of Gunpla is just learning the new things that you can do. Like, I loved building it, but I immediately wanted to start paint aligning it and accenting it, and then from there I wanted to start plow plating, and the more I do and the more I can do, the more I'm obsessed with it, I think. And the better I get, the more I love it, obviously, like anything.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. No, definitely. I'm starting to think that you should probably, I don't know if you ever met up with the Crow Sama, or if you know of him, but isn't he like a super fan of Age also?
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Crow loves Age.
I wonder if I do know. I don't know.
He's a personality on YouTube, and he's super awesome. We had him on the show a couple episodes ago. But yeah, no, he loves Age, and he actually reviewed our backlogs and told us how many points we lost because we didn't have any Age kits on there. So
well, I look at my Age action figures right there. I got Age action figures and kits. I don't think I'm missing any of them. I mean, like I do have like I have maybe the master grade of one, but not the HD of the same, or but I think every type of kit maybe an Age I have, but I think I'm the Dark Hound is maybe the only one, but love it.
Charmazing on the chat says now she has a tattoo of it.
I do. I got the Farzia tattoo. I can't. It's on my leg. I should have sent you a picture of that one. I'm gonna show it right now. It's high on my thigh. I have Farzia on my leg. So I was like, it's my first kit that I built, and I wanted to get a Gundam tattoo of some kind, but I was like, oh, it's my first one. I should definitely get that.
Yeah, everybody remembers their first kit.
Makes sense to me.
How about you, Sean? Which one was your first kit, Sean?
My first kit was, well, it's one of two, because I built an RX-78 back when I was in like early high school.
Okay.
But my first actual kit that got me into the hobby was the MG Epion.
So pretty. The color contrasts between like all the chest, love it.
I just wish I wasn't so new that I used the wrong kind of nippers to build it, because I used side cutters, and that just, oh god. I need to get a new one and redeem myself.
Yeah. I tried to do that too. I got myself another Farzia eventually. So, but at least Epion you can get those again.
Yeah, they're not as hard to get as a Farzia.
Yeah, as the Age kits. Yeah, they're a rare thing in the wild nowadays. Well, not super rare, but they're just difficult to find. That's really what
it's because Crow's hoarding them all.
Yeah, Crow literally hoards them. I swear.
Upsetting.
You have to talk to Crow.
I was thinking while I was building the Vegans, I was like, oh, if anything, I'll just buy new ones to make cooler later or something. And like, because I kit bashed a lot of my Vegans together, the Vegan kits, and now I'm like, and I can't buy more? Like, I can't find them.
Oh, man. So Metal Force also saying that you need to build more Zakus, which is something that I actually figured out when you were doing your backlog that you were getting. You were like, now I can actually build Zakus. What's up with you and the hate on Zakus? What's going on? It's
not so much a hate. It's just I knew this was coming, that someone was going to mention my like not interest in UC, and it's not anything against it. I started at a later time, which I mean it's been years for me, but like 2013 a lot of other shows were coming out, and so I was building a lot of the more newer kits and never really went back too far unless I was gifted it or something, I saw it at a store and I loved it. But for the longest time I would just go to a store, I didn't know what shows were what, and I would just pick the ones I liked, and none of them were UC kits ever. Yep. And then I just never ended up going towards those ones. I think the newer ones are cooler to me just because there's more details in the kits, and like it's not as fun to work on some of the old ones that are like harder to deal with.
Yeah.
However, I did build the Gundam Wing G unit kits, and those were like harder plastic and older, but those were brilliant. Those are great kits.
Oh,
good potential. But yeah, I built a perfect grade Zaku. And then like the concert version Zaku, because there was like at a store. But now I have a ton more Zaku, but I have yet to build any like RX-78 or anything like that, except for a cross silhouette of that. And even wing, I've not really built a ton of wing kits, just a handful.
Yeah.
So I'm always getting questions. I'm like, are you even a Gundam fan? But like, I just not that you see, I guess.
I love that. It's good to see somebody else have like a little voice when you mention other people. Like, oh, what are you doing? You know, it's awesome. No, like when you're talking about newer series and stuff, I'm looking at behind you and I can see the Barbatos.
Yeah.
So, Iron-Blooded Orphans.
A lot of audio too. In general. What did you say? Sorry, I talked to me.
No, it's okay. I said, so have you built a lot of Iron-Blooded Orphan kits?
Yeah, that was, I built a ton of them in 2016 when I was streaming a lot in Texas. All the different grazes were so tight to me. I will say, I don't want to like the IVO kits. Like, I don't. Because, like, I think that I'm not a fan of how skinny their races are. Like, I'd want them to be more something there versus just, like, a little skeleton. So that's always bothered me, but then as I build them, I'm this kid. Like,
fucking awesome,
so
yeah.
I can't be mad. I'm like always like trying not to love them, but I do. The Gray's Eye was my favorite one.
Oh,
for sure.
So you haven't built the MG Barbatos or anything like that?
Not the new one, no. Yeah, I only built a.
Well, I'm gonna do something where you can get an MG Barbatos and you have to build it, and then you have to talk to me about how much you love it.
I've heard it. I've watched reviews and stuff on it. It looks amazing. Okay. I just haven't got it myself. That's so many. I don't need to buy any more.
No, you need one more at least in there. MG Barbatos. But yeah. So my question also is, when are we going to be able to build the HG Build Buttress Mark III? When are we going to get to build that one that we can see on screen?
Man, that'd be so tight. tight. I don't even know what that would look like.
So on to the next slide that we have here with the world premiere stream on and all of that. Sean, you want to give a little bit of...
Yeah, well, I mean, I missed out on all the stream on stuff just because life.
Yeah. So,
I mean, just what was the experience doing stream on?
It was nuts. That was, oh my gosh, this cringe video. That was one of the more cringe ones. I feel like a big moment in my streaming. I think even before that, I was starting to feel like I was really making my way, and I was getting where I wanted to be in my stream and things. And I saw in like a, what do you call it? Not like a casting call, but like a listing or whatever for this competition. And I was like, this is a whole lot of me. Like, I love competitions and I love streaming. Like, this is this is perfect. And I fucking love reality competition shows specifically. So I definitely got in there. I made a cringe audition tape. It's making videos really hard compared to just live streaming. So it was really awkward, but they loved it and they got me on. I was freaking out about it for a while. And then it was a lot of work though, because it was every week. They had a weekly show and like an elimination and a challenge for the next week. And we'd have to like give everything. Everyone that was there and competing with me was just constantly working on their streaming or working on what the next thing was going to be. And these challenges were pretty crazy. Like, and you really had to rally your whole community to support you on this, which it was tight for that. Cause like I was able to really, we were really doing big things and we were getting a ton of attention too. So our community was just growing and growing and growing. But, it was a lot. It was a lot. I feel like really bad for most of the people that like were helping me make my weekly videos and moderating my channels and stuff, because I get really like intense sometimes when I want to win something. So they all had to deal with that for a while. But it was tight. They got us to go out to PAX East to like, I don't really know what we were doing out there, but it was
something.
This is all so long ago. All I remember is we were doing like this. It's just such a deep story. All I remember is hindsight is 2020, but I can't even go into that whole story. The pixel hunt, all of those different challenges we did were triggering now to like, but at the time it was pretty stressful. Now looking back, it's super fun to see all the things we did. I also got to go to St. Jude play live. So was an incredible experience.
Yeah.
Very, very heavy, but also great to be able to go there and make some kids smile and raise hella money for them. So that was tight as well. But didn't end up winning. Some bullshit.
I was about to say some saltiness.
I learned a lot, and it was totally worth it. Totally a great experience. And through that, got to meet a lot of staff, which I know this is a segue, but I got to meet a lot of people within Twitch too that helped me grow my streaming more and helped me like kind of find my real self and my real stream self, I guess.
Yeah. Well, so the context behind the video is that is this the video that you sent in, or what's up with the whole destroying the kit?
I feel like, I'm trying to remember. I'm pretty sure this was just me like announcing it, but I had already announced it. I think I was like my plan ahead of time in this stream, before stream, I was like, I'm gonna smash something this stream. Like, out of excitement, I'm just gonna smash something. But then I was like in my head about it so much.
Yeah.
But I did. Okay, so I had my I think it was like a mega size age 1 in my hand, and made everyone believe that that's what I smashed, which I would never. But I had it, and I like went off screen, you can see, and I just switched it out for someone gave me like a 1 in 60 something that like was already broken, and so I smashed that one.
Oh.
So that's the stuff, because like it looks like I'm about to smash my age, but I would never in a million years.
Well, when I saw this video, when Sean had prepared everything, I was like, Gunpla Smash, is she really gonna do this? Like, is my heart going to sink here? Just watching you do that, and then you do your little dance at the end, which we actually got to see before the stream because you were all jittery, right? So this is a normal occurrence in your life.
Yeah.
Very nice.
I always try to tell people I get nervous before every stream, but y'all are the ones that got to see it this time.
Yep. There it is.
Yep.
It's right there. It's on the screen. Very nice. So stream on. You didn't win. Saltiness, of course, you said some bullshit. But you got to do so many things. And I think, speaking a little bit on your St. Jude kind of trip and everything, like how does that feel? I know you said heavy, but also in a good way. But what exactly, like your experience working with children, making them smile and doing all of this stuff, like could you kind of like lead us to like how you felt and what it meant to you to be able to do that?
Yeah, it was pretty, like I said, it was heavy because I was a sick kid. I spent a good chunk of my childhood in the hospital until I was like 11. So I missed out on a lot of stuff, but I also like really like bonded, I think, with the nurses and just like hospitals. I don't know, the vibe to me, like I was so lucky to be able to go finally, after horrible times with other hospitals, I was finally able to go to a children's hospital. And I just remember like specifically like the decorations, and there was way more crafts and stuff like that. And so when I got to go to St. Jude, they gave us a tour, and which, like I said, super heavy.
Yeah.
But it's so tight to see all the things that they do for the kids to make them feel comfy, and the fact that, like they don't even have to pay, like if they can't, and like their parents are always, so in like, oh my God, I don't even have to worry about this. I have somewhere to stay.
Yeah.
And so learning about all of that was definitely like inspiration to raise the money for them, obviously.
Of course.
But it's also cool to be able to go and kick it with the kids too. We got to play games, and they were beating my ass because it was Smash Brothers, and I'm so bad at Smash. But it was really fun. It was really fun, and it was good to meet a lot of other streamers that were there too. It was kind of like a networking thing at the same time. So it was tight. That was a really good time. But
that's so awesome.
Yeah, it was definitely like something I'm gonna keep with me for a long time.
Oh, for sure.
As a Canadian, it's so weird to hear like of a hospital that pays for people's things, because that's just how we are in Canada.
Yeah.
But I mean, like, huge praise to St. Jude for what they do for kids. Like,
it's crazy.
I mean, it's fantastic.
Definitely had no idea the extent until I got to go through that tour, and I was like, yeah, this is some cool stuff.
Yeah. And I think like I think I mentioned it before. I think with techs is kind of that feeling of being able to bring happiness to other people and doing things for other people, which really makes. I mean, it sounds kind of cliche, but that's really what it's about, right? Like giving back. It's so awesome, and this picture of you with the little girl, I love it. It's like it really shows the essence of what that trip is, right? So really awesome, really awesome.
They put that up everywhere, and I was like, that picture. Like I was dying because like I mean like literally dying in the game and dying laughing because this girl was making the dude next to me was making the most jokes constantly, jokes. I was dying. And all the pictures, like, because it's a kid jokes too, you know.
Yeah.
So I'm laughing hysterically, and all the pictures, like the kids aren't doing nothing. I'm like, like looking like I'm posing for the camera, but I was dying. He was hella funny.
So I feel like I like a good bum says, wait, what is that tart behind her? What the fuck? That is so dope. When and where did that come from? So I think they're talking about the barbatos.
Yeah, I got that for Christmas. It was kind of above my kegwriter in my last room, but I literally just threw that up right here because there's nothing there. And I'm not finished decorating my room because if you know my rooms at all, there is not wall showing much. So I had to
legit
cover up this empty space. So I threw up my barbatos. So everyone would think that I'm still a Gundam streamer, though, and I don't build UC.
Awesome. So now working with Twitch. So what is that? Working with Twitch, Sean? What do you know about this, man?
Other than that, you work for Twitch. That's about it.
I am a little quiet on my specific job, but like I said, working or being on Stream On really introduced me to a couple of employees, and it's not so much of a a guy, but I was able to get a partnership manager. And from talking to him, like I would give him my ideas for things, or I'd be like, why don't we do this at Twitch, or blah blah blah. And then finally he came to a butt crew party at TwitchCon actually, which was tight for my like manager to come to the party. I was feeling like that was cool. Like that was a cool manager thing to do. But he came and bought my community some drinks, and then we talked ideas, and he was like, you should work for Twitch. And I was like, really? Like, I'm so not corporate. Like, I'm just, like there's so many things that I wouldn't have really thought of doing that. But then he sent me a link to a job that I was just like, well, that's a whole lot of me, and applied for it. And it was a crazy interview process. A lot of things were changing in the company, like as I was coming on. So it was like 2 to 3 months or something of interviews. And so it was really a big deal, but this month is actually my 2-year anniversary, so made it to 2 years here. And that picture, my friend Priestess, I think is in the chat, took that in our office. It was beautiful lighting in that building. It's great.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't really talk about it a ton, but actually recently switched teams to be more on the super technical side of everything, not as much talking to people, which is kind of like external people, which is kind of nice. I get to be in my own little,
cubicle,
own little corner. Yeah, which my cubicle is now working remote in Kansas City. So you're looking at it.
That's so awesome.
I can't complain about that.
So cool.
Very excited to be back here.
So awesome. It's definitely something to. I mean, like working for Twitch, and even just it's like I don't want to say it's a dream, but it's definitely like it's a cool fucking job. You know what I mean?
It's a dream. It feels like a dream. I've never really worked somewhere where I felt fully supported in everything I wanted to do in my job, and I've had to leave jobs for some horrible stuff before, and like I just feel like that could never happen at Twitch anymore. Like they're always like listening and supportive of my thoughts and goals, which like I said, I've never had a corporate anything seem interested in. But in a way, Twitch kind of still feels like a startup, even though it is owned by Amazon, so still got that little.
Oh, that's so cool. I mean,
so I gotta ask the one question: is it like every other tech company where the lunchroom has the best bagels ever?
So in the SF office is the cookies. And I don't even really love sweets very much, but like I was like, okay, well, these are fucking slapping. But the SF office in general was wild because they have like that chef. I dreamt of this pork chop I had like one time, like days after. I was like, this is so delicious. And all the different options of food and stuff. I was in the SoCal office, so we got our food catered in every day, which was super great. It's still wonderful to have free breakfast and lunch every day, but
yeah.
I definitely like lost weight after COVID. When I started going there, because I didn't even eat breakfast before. I don't eat breakfast really on my own, but like when it's there, and they did have bagels.
So let me get this straight. So at the beginning of the stream, flexing the standing desk, right? And that's just flexing the food. It's awesome.
Yeah, no, I don't get it anymore, man. I'm in, but I'm in Kansas City, which I think has the best food. So happy again.
We'll agree to disagree.
Now we just got to figure out how to get Twitch to put an office in Calgary and hire us.
Yeah.
There you go. One of these days. So real quick, I just want to say to, who was it? I think I like a good bum. Oh no, I didn't think I was about to get called out. You will get called out. I am reading the stream chat as we are talking here. The Priestess says the free beer though. So apparently you guys get free beer too. What the hell?
Priestess and I we're queens of the couches in the main room. So like there after 4 you can go and get yourself a beer or whatever, and her and I every day would be on those couches in our little corner working on our laptops, drinking a beer. So like everyone would be going out, leaving for work and come and stop by and say, hey, we were like the little entertainment on the way out. Get your community social time before you leave.
All right.
Well, that sounds good.
So yeah, it sounds like a good job right there. Now, I want you to tell us if this is true, but somebody says she looks really tall in that picture. So that was Pop That Baby Maker. Okay. Wow, she looks really tall in that picture. And then somebody said it's Charmazing says she's 7 feet. Is this true?
7'8", yeah, 7'8", yeah. That's the height right there, 7'8".
Nice. There we go. So now this is the BuildCon, right? BuildCon 2019.
Yes. New Type BuildCon. It was so tight. That was super tight. New Type flew me out there. They asked me to be on a couple panels. I did the one in the picture. It was marketing yourself and your builds was my presentation there. So seems straightforward on the screen. None of the pictures that I found from that presentation were showed. There was another one that was just social media, Twitter, Reddit. But I was talking a lot around those. But it was super tight to be able to give some of my experience and knowledge to other people who are trying to market their builds, and with something as unique as Gunpla. Like there's obviously unique things to help with that. But then we also got to do a Girls in Gunpla, which the best part of the weekend for me was being able to hang out with Gunpla Melly and Vampy, because I feel like the three of us have always been kind of doing this, but we never really met each other in person and have kind of talked on social media, but there's nothing like really getting to know someone. And so that was a really tight experience to be able to be up there with them and then hang out with them as well.
What's your favorite memory of being with them?
Honestly, it was Gunpla Melly and I just had lunch, and it seemed so simple, but like we just were in between a couple of things, and we went and grabbed some lunch like in that mall. And it was just like real like talking to her. Like I feel like we had so much more in common, and I was super hyped about everything at that. I was about to leave and start doing YouTube things because she got me all inspired about it. But just that casual conversation with her was probably my favorite part of that.
That's awesome.
Of that weekend.
Well, it speaks a lot, right? Because she does seem like a super chill person, right? Mm-hmm. So.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like a regular, like it was like regular people. It was tight.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes with other content creators, it's not as, you don't vibe as well in person as and like it's always a little some. But yeah, they were it was super tight to get to know the both of them. I did feel very tall next to them.
7'8". I mean, there you go.
Yeah. Even in that picture of all three of us, I was like, you can see I'm kind of like
leaning back.
Okay. Yeah, you're pretty tall. There you go. Awesome. No, BuildCon seems super cool. If everything had gone well in 2020, without naming anything that has ruined a lot of the cons and stuff. Is that something you miss a lot, is the cons?
Funny enough, like at the beginning of 2020, I was like, man, I'm done with cons for a little bit. I need to take a con break.
So it was you.
Maybe I'll just take this year off, and then, the universe decided for me. So I'm very excited to get back to it, but mostly I just can't wait for TwitchCon. I would love for there to be another new type BuildCon or any sort of Gundam stuff. This one was tight because there was so much it was just focusing on Gunpla, literally just the building of kits. I sometimes feel a little out of place at regular anime conventions because there's so much I don't understand at those. I have a very limited knowledge on anime, and it's but just have something that's everything was a Gundam panel or or a Gunpla panel, or even having the speed build. They had a speed build time, and all the different kits that were displayed. They had the speed build one was tight though because they showed all of them at the end. They all had the same kit, and you had to just kind of pick between the two.
Mm-hmm.
But then I got to display my kit in the little display glass, and that was pretty exciting for me.
Now the real question is, what do we have to do to get you up to Otafest here in Calgary?
I gotta get a passport. I don't technically have an ID right now either, but that's all on the list of things to do in the next couple of months here. So
all the adult responsibilities, right?
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah, I definitely want to get a passport soon because Japan is on the list one day.
I mean, that's the Holy Land for nerds, so it makes sense.
I know.
Gotta go see that unicorn. Speaking of the unicorn, what do you think of the unicorn? You don't like the unicorn? Or do you like the unicorn?
I don't like. I've only built the Banshee high grade. I don't know if there's more letters or something to that. And then a mega size unicorn, which was tight, obviously, especially just to have displayed. But I like it.
Okay.
It's not my favorite. I'm not a big boxy style. It's very boxy.
Mm-hmm.
Lots of squares. But I feel like it would be really cool to. Now I've customized. I customized that Banshee one for a commission for Poppy actually, but. I feel like now I would like to redo it again with a lot more plow plating because there's just so much flat surface for so many activities.
Yeah, no.
Mm-hmm.
Well, it's a good thing you didn't say it was your favorite because there's a running joke in the GTS fam that we hate the unicorn over here, right? Because Bandai just keeps making millions of them. So
Yeah.
Jess doesn't like the unicorn. I'm still suffering from fatigue from building the PG unicorn.
I feel that way about Axios now.
Really?
I just feel like there's too many. Yeah, I think a lot of them are the same. I started building the Perfect Grade 7 sword, and I just stopped because I was like, I'm not enjoying myself. This isn't as much of a fun build as most of my other ones were. I'm cool with Perfect Grades. I'm not saying that it was too detailed or anything, but it was just not fun. Normally there's something that when it connects, I'm like, whoa, that was a crazy connection how they did that, and that was tight, and this is so ingenious. But the Perfect Grade 7 sword I wasn't feeling it. I didn't think anything excited me throughout it, and I just kind of quit.
Yeah.
I got kind of far, but I was like, I'll get back to this eventually.
Well, it's funny you say that because they're bringing out the Exia, aren't they? For the
They're doing another one?
Yeah, they're doing the one. So after it's been the Dynamis, then it was the Curios, and now it's the Virtue.
Those are all good. That's not what I mean. Those are good. The Curios and those are great, but I'm saying I'm trying to think of the difference. The Riser versus the Zephyr versus the regular Exia. There's only so much little between them, and I don't even personally think I like the whole cone back thing anyway. The GN drive.
Yeah.
I don't love that look anyway, so I've already started a couple steps back. But everything else in Double O is tight.
Okay.
Isn't that the one with
Yes.
Susanoo? Because I love that.
Yeah, yeah. Mr. Bushido's Susanoo.
Yep.
And I loved my Arios, that no grade that they made.
Okay, wait a second. We're gonna have a problem with I like a good bum here. He says Uni is my fave. Y'all just haters. If it's their best Gundam, then of course they're gonna show it off. We're just not even gonna get into the topic.
So we're done. I'm just thinking of like all the other kits that I love that will never get the time of day.
Oh man, like the
Well, that's why I've kind of shifted over to these new Digimon kits because I mean they're so fresh and I love them.
I haven't even looked into those yet.
they're pretty cool.
Yeah, they're good. Yeah.
Just give me Tequila
Jump on
Gundam.
another fandom. Yeah. It's anything like that. I know everyone's asking for more G selves and all these other types. I would just like more master grade age. I'm not always an age fan, but it would be really cool. The Titus is my favorite kid, I think. So
There you
That
go.
one's so hard to find in Master Grade.
Yeah. You know who has it? The Crow.
Crow.
me.
No, just that Crow-sama has everything aged that you could imagine.
Talk to this guy if we haven't already talked.
No, I'll tell him that, hey, hit up the buttress because she likes age, man.
Love it.
OMG, I'm embarrassing, but I'm gonna shut up. There you go. That's like a good bum saying. All right, so BuildCon, super cool. You got to meet Melly and Vampy, and then speaking of, I like a good bum, and everybody that's on the chat, it's the Butt Crew Best Crew, right? So let's talk a little bit about your crew and your community.
Oh, okay, yeah. Okay. Well, I can't too much. I'll fucking cry. This slide specifically has a couple different pictures. One of those was me hugging the Gundam from New Type BuildCon. So that was where I got to meet so many people that did get to join the Butt Crew, which was really tight.
Aww.
I remember like one specific time I stepped on someone's foot or something. Like I clumsy, tripped on someone, felt really bad, turned around, and I was like, oh my god, I'm so sorry. It was Ansonex, I don't know if you're hearing, but I like was like, oh, I'm so sorry, and he's like, I got docs on, I'm all good, and I was like, yeah, me too. And, like, just, like, we were able to hang out and talk kits, and now I talk to them all the time in my community, and I think that's the coolest thing about the Butt Crew is usually when someone either comes into the stream or someone's friend of a friend or something. Even my brother sometimes will be like, oh, I introduced someone to your stream and like they love it and they talk about it all the time. I'm like, oh fuck, weird, like stop talking about it. But like it's just tight to know that like when someone comes in, I'm confident that like my community is going to welcome them in and they're going to enjoy their time. And if they don't, that's not as common. Like I feel like everyone's always telling us like, man, I can't believe this has been so fun. Like I can't believe like you guys welcomed me in so fast. And but this picture on the top with the purple was actually TwitchCon, and that was like I think the last Twitch. No, what year are we in?
We're in 2021. We're 2021.
Are we? Are we really?
2019 was the last one. So this was 2018 TwitchCon. And that was the one that I got. I had a partnership manager, so I was able to just get a lot of opportunities. And I did a streamer booth. Like I streamed at TwitchCon with my mods IRL literally helping me because I couldn't put the Gundam together fast enough.
Yeah.
And but then afterwards or before, I don't know, we all got to take a picture. And a lot of these people in this picture are like my OG staple core. So that was really fun. And then in this big one, we actually got that was at SakuraCon, which was one of the first times I felt really recognized for my stream and my craft in general. Was they asked me to come and kind of run the build room. Like I got Gundam Planet to sponsor a bunch of kits, and people could come in, first come, first serve, and just get a kit for free and just build it. And we had all sorts of different things that they can customize with, and we ran a bunch of panels. That was just me. Like I just led training tutorials and things like plastic plating and panel washes and all that type. And then I was actually one of the judges for the competition as well.
Awesome.
But the homeboy came in with those Pokemon Gundams. You know what I'm talking about? The one, the viral picture that came around, and he just like came in and started unloading these Pokemon. I was like, oh my god, like I'm seeing these in person. Like I love these kids. Like, and another man came in and brought his Dendrobium that he had built and customized for 10 years, and put it in his car. I was like, I am not qualified. It's supposed to be yeah, I am not qualified for this. But
it's that Wayne's World scene where they're just, I'm not worthy. I'm not worthy.
I was losing my mind. But luckily, the other judges that were with me were very, very qualified. So that was not as intimidating. But this was actually during the stream on time, and I made them yell and do a video for one of my stream on things. But overall, like I am so indebted to my bot crew. Like I would be nowhere without this without the support that they've been able to give to me and each other. Like I think that I wouldn't be where I was if they weren't also each other's friends. You know, like it's not just everyone's here to watch me. Everyone's here to hang out with each other half the time. And
exactly,
that's what makes it so exciting.
So cool. That's so cool. It's okay.
Literally can't even do it.
It's okay. No, it's okay. No, it's really sweet, and to see such a devoted community who will come and watch you on our little thing that we have going on here. And even Pop is talking about his, I think he said, I'm on screen, I'm famous. He also says his hairline looks rough, though. So now I need to know which one is Pop. Which one is Pop?
Pop is in the far left. We got Pop, who's holding Chris, and then Luna Lyric, if you're familiar with her, also a streamer. Mm-hmm. I'm in the middle. We got Eddie. I think, is that Compton in the top? Oh, Cooper, I could barely see too. Cooper's in the one in the hat right behind me.
Yeah.
And Compton beside him, and then Joe on the far right, Mr. Joe Fish, big star.
Well, Joe Fish says, I didn't sign up to be on screen. Where are my release papers?
My bad. I released these pictures for you. I'm sorry. I will.
We'll blur it out post process. Just don't worry about it. Yep. We got this. No, but this is so awesome. Really cool to see you hang out with the community, because you hear a lot of well, I don't know how to say. Unfortunately, you hear about a lot of big people in the community who sometimes don't really talk to the rest of the people that kind of like message them and hang out with them. But being able to see, even yesterday when you came into our meeting, and you were like, so really awesome, you guys did this really short. I got to go back to watch anime with my boys. All right, it's like,
I was like, I'm really glad that we're cool. Yeah, I think that's a big part of why we've been able to stay such a close community, is because it's not just, like I said, it's not just people coming and be like, oh, thaButtress is on, I gotta go and like support thaButtress, but it's like we're a little family in a way, like and I definitely, like, what else would I be doing other than hanging out with my friends that I talk to on stream all the time too? So definitely awesome. More of a friendship than my fans, you know what I mean?
Yeah, no. Using the word fans is weird.
I hate it.
Well, even I can attest, because I mean, I'm small potatoes in terms of like the butt crew, because I'm so inactive, but like I shoot you a message and I get a response regardless of how active or not I am. Like it feels welcoming.
Oh, good. I feel like I'm drowning sometimes in messages. So if anyone's listening and I don't respond to you, please just don't get mad. You can just hit me up again. I'll try next time.
That's awesome. I mean, it's just the way it's so difficult, because even I remember when I messaged you to talk about your promos, I was like, is she even gonna message? Does she even know who I am? She'd be like, who the hell is this guy?
There was a couple times where, like, when you hit me up first, I was like, oh, okay, so you're with this other person that hit me up first. Like, okay, I'm catching along. And then at this point, when Jess hit me up too, I was just like, oh, okay, yeah, I'm following.
We get it. Yeah, there we go. Awesome. Butt crew, best crew. We have some little videos here. Oh, this is the TwitchCon, so I'm going to put this playing in the background. Let's talk about TwitchCon, because I saw this video a couple of times, and I swear I saw it a couple of times just to see what is going on and everything that you did. I saw Tex on there. I will say that the ending of this video is one of the most wholesome endings I have seen on any video. So if you were getting a little emotional before, I think we put the ending on this one, where you said thank you to your butt crew and everyone when you were ending your stream inside of TwitchCon. was really nice and
Aw.
sweet. But talk to us a little bit about your experience on TwitchCon.
Yeah, I think this was this 2018 that I was talking about too, and I decided I was going to try to make my first like vlog of some type. But I think the coolest part about this TwitchCon versus my first one in 2017, even though I just got partner in 2017 and was able to go and do the partner things, I was super tight, but like I was meeting everyone for the first time too, which was a little scary and super exhilarating. But this second time, like we already had a lot of the last year of hanging out, so the second one was like even more just exciting to get back to TwitchCon again, to be able to hang out. Oh my gosh, this video is so cute. It's been so long. I'm glad I didn't watch it beforehand or anything. But yeah, a lot of these people are my whole heart, and TwitchCon in general, because I get to see that. And I really enjoy that I can go somewhere in my everyday life and no one know who I am, because I would rather just not be super famous. But at TwitchCon, it is kind of exciting to go there and people know who you are, and you get to put a face to so many people that like write in chat, or and maybe I've never even heard of them in my life, but they come over and they're telling me about something that I did that made them do something, and like I just it's so like heart-wrenching, but it's so exciting. And this this one especially was like the time I got to do so many Twitch related things, and I was exhausted working so much throughout the day of the con, but then after every day I knew that I could just like go and kick with my butt crew. Like the first year, I'm behind on this too, so like my bad on that, but
it's okay.
First year was tight to be able to like do the regular TwitchCon stuff, and we had our like literally every night the Hooters was just us. It was just the butt crew like kicking out Hooters, and then the next year we're like, all right, where's the closest Hooters? Like we gotta go and get our Hooters on again. But yeah, TwitchCon is tight just because you're able to network a ton, party a ton, learn a lot. I think even in last year's, or not last year, but 2019 TwitchCon, I was there as staff, and I was way more tired that time around because there was a lot of like real work I was doing throughout the whole thing as well.
Yeah.
So I would have to say 2018 was probably my favorite TwitchCon of all of them. But 19 was still so great to just know that like after the day is done, I still have my butt crew to hang out with, and
that's so awesome,
and to chill with. And that it's just, I don't know. I don't even know how to explain that feeling. It's just so nice.
I'm envious of that feeling because
a little bit.
Because I mean, even and I'm not gonna draw parallels because of course you've been working on this and it's a foundation that's been created, because even like right here, Char Mason say it's not just one way, but super supportive of us. If we ever need her, she's always there, right? Like just super envious of the fact that if we didn't live in a COVID ruled era, right, of all of these regulations and all of this, it would be so awesome to hang out with the GTS fam, right? And that's why I try to interact with our followers all the time. Whether it's on Instagram, like for the people watching, if you guys on the GTS page, I'm the one who's doing everything on the IG page. I'm the one who's on the Discord. I'm the one doing this. And being able.
Sean just doesn't make it.
No, Sean's just kind of he works.
I mean, like I work 9 hours Monday to Friday, and then I get home and just want to die. So. Unfortunately, I'm not near as active as I could be, and it's purely out of pure exhaustion.
Yeah, I mean,
I feel that.
It's not a lie to him or anybody. Like I know, like our GTS fam knows that Derek had some things with his mom because his mom had an accident with her leg, and so he has to take care of her and the business and all that stuff. So I understand why things happen, but like I wish I could meet up with the GTS fam, Kev Models, Drons. Old School Skill, Noble Mecca, just everybody that I know, and that they message me and I'll message them and we'll be talking. We have our inside jokes. It's just so awesome being able to see it live with you and just how emotional you get because you really do have a lot of passion for it. It's like
such a baby.
Yeah, no.
But it's true. Like Pop said that I cried because I got given Kiss in person, and I will say that I was really drunk at that point. But we were coming home. We were going all to one person's hotel room after being out, And like I just walked. I don't even know who was driving me there, but I just remember like I think it was like Chris and Adams were like coming from down this sidewalk, and their just arms were just like full of Gundam kits, and I was just like, what? And I like in my head they were coming from different sides. I don't know if that was real, but like I just was like, what is happening? And I just remember like falling to the ground, like crying, and they were just like putting boxes on top of me. It was the best.
Am I being buried alive?
Like all the little weird shit we would get into together was the best too. And that freaking Pictionary day was those hosts were kind of the worst. But it was tight to just be able to run around the city with people that you only get to see online, you know. And like I'm sorry to rub it in even more for you, but like it is like I can't wait for you guys to experience that as well and be able to hang out with your community.
No, gush it
and
out.
Just every year, you know, every year we had more people hanging out and coming to TwitchCon that was in the ButtCrew. So that was tight.
That's so awesome.
Well,
man.
Maybe one day there can be a ButtCrew GTS fam joint hangout.
Yeah, all Gundam, like any Gundam community, like let's go to Hooters.
I'm down, dude. I'm down for some good beer, some good wings. I'm down.
Yep.
Those are like my favorite things. Dogs, my dogs, and dogs. Just dogs, beer, chicken wings, weed. Those are top things for me. And Gunpla. There we go. That's fine. Finish it off with the fine.
Oh man. No, it's really awesome, and like just I when I watched this and I saw you hanging out, and I was telling Sean, and he can actually attest to this, when he got home, I'm like, so I was watching this video, and like, you know, because I put it up, because we talked to you that how we couldn't get it on the slides, and so I had to download it and do all that stuff. So I watched it a couple of times. There's a part where you are at this Mexican place, and there's like Mexican music just blaring on your video. I'm like, damn, okay, she gets around, cool. This is really nice.
That was actually breakfast.
Nachos for breakfast?
Yeah, it was. I had nachos for breakfast. I also like, and Luna had like eye buttons on her eyes or something. Like the meetup we had that year too was tight. We did like a little joint meetup with Luna's community and my community because a lot of them were shared. Daddy! And we met up just like we were supposed to meet in the park, and then as soon as we were there, we were like, well, there's no beer here. What are we doing here? So like we walked our like entourage. It was like I don't even know how many people it was, but we were just walking a big horde of people to the bar, and like we found a bar where there wasn't a lot of seating. Like it was obviously like standing area, and literally no one in there except for one person sitting at the bar, right? So we go in. I'm like, perfect. And I look at the people. I'm like, is it cool if we bring in like 30 plus people right now? And they're like, yeah, you know, bring them on in. And I'm sitting down at the bar. Chris Bodum comes up to me, and he's always messing with me, like always messing with me.
Yeah.
So he comes up, he's hella close, he's whispering, and he's like, Tony Hawk is over on your left. I was like,
what?
Okay, like, haha. And he's like, I'm not even joking, like that's Tony Hawk to your left. And I look over, and I'm like, no the fucking way, like no what?
Tony fucking Hawk.
And then all I hear is just, is that Tony Hawk? Like a bunch of whispers of just his name over and over again. And I know he hears it too. He goes, he takes his drink, chugs the rest of it, sits it down, pays his money, gets up, looks at everybody, and everyone's like, hey, can I get a picture? So then it was just an entourage of my whole community. I was like, man, this man was really coming into the quietest bar to have one drink after a bad drink, and like got bombarded by the ButtCrew, which is why I received this as a Christmas gift from a ButtCrew member who wanted to commemorate our time with Tony Hawk, so he bought me a Tony Hawk signed picture.
That's
fantastic.
awesome.
So this is definitely a ButtCrew decoration.
It's funny you mentioned that you actually recognize him, because there's a running joke and on Reddit that people don't recognize him at all, right?
I know it, because I almost didn't at first, but like I knew he was there because he was at that TwitchCon, so yeah. I was like, I mean that's him, but I don't want to say this. Please don't hate me, Tony, but it just kind of looks like his face is like melted a little bit. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, I mean,
Well, we've all kind of got this image. We've kind of got this image of how he was in the '90s, and it's like permanently locked in our brains.
Yeah.
So we can't accept that he's getting older.
Yeah. Those his tweets and stuff are so funny.
no, he's on. I've heard he's a really nice guy, and just even hearing that, but it's so funny. He's just sitting there drinking his beer, and he's like, "Fuck."
Yeah, he took a picture with every person that wanted to ask that, but I was like, all right, guys, let's stop though. Poor guy.
He just wanted to
Take
chill.
my group picture.
He just wanted to chill.
But that was a fun day too.
Aw, so cool.
Yeah.
Well,
And we
TwitchCon.
ended up going back to that bar a bazillion times too, because Pop got obsessed with these strawberry gin drinks. We had to keep going back.
God damn it, Pop! What is going on? I also remember there's this part where you're like, I totally forgot to vlog yesterday, and you look you had like the roughest day and night. You think you're just partying, I think.
We probably did just go too much. Text. That's the other great thing is I feel like people like Tex. When I moved to California, I was able to see her a lot, but Tex and I were like so tight at TwitchCon. I remember the first year at TwitchCon, we took even these pictures. I wish I grabbed that picture. I don't know what we were doing, drunk at Hooters, but like we looked like we were getting engaged. Like I don't know if it was me that was showing my hand, but we were like, I was on her lap, like cuddled up, and our foreheads were together, and we were just like in love. And I was showing off this ring, and we had a bunch of weird pictures of us just cuddling the whole
When
time. And the thing she plays as well, like me and those two girls were always cuddling for some reason. I'm not even like much of a physically affectionate person, all the time, so it was kind of funny.
No, Tex is super cool. We had her on the show last week.
Yeah.
So 2 weeks ago, I think, right? It was 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, it was the week before the move. So yeah, about 3 weeks ago.
Yeah, she was super cool, super awesome, and she's also very. What I like about you and what I like about Tex and a lot of the guests we have on here, a lot of them are pro community in the sense that that's what they do it for, and you could see it with Tex. She's super chill, super cool, and then we get to meet you like 2 weeks later, and it's like, oh my god, Buttress is also super cool. Like, what the hell? All these people.
Oh my god, I actually forgot about the whole first year. The reason it was not as the first year at TwitchCon, I feel like I wasted a lot of my time because I had a booth and I was stuck at that booth the whole time. But I remember one Saturday I was pretty hungover and I was kind of just like, I don't even want to go to my booth today. Like I want to like hang out at the con, see the con. And Tex was like, well, I'll just man the booth for the first half of the day and then you can go. And I came back around the corner, and Tex is just signing as thaButtress, just taking pictures of the booth with my kids, and just like pretending to be me.
What the hell?
There are like literally signatures and pictures of thaButtress out there. That's literally just Tex. Like I got to go around. I found I don't remember. Oh god, I wish I could remember that streamer's name, but he had. Never mind. I can't say this. I forgot I work at Twitch now. But anyway, moving on. Tex manned my booth for a while. It was so great. And even on the first day, I didn't have all my shit together. I was freaking out. Like I needed to recreate a presentation I made to print a book out. Like, that you make those little photo books.
Yeah.
I did it on one site, but then they had like maintenance for that weekend, so I couldn't get it printed. And so I had to copy all of this over the morning of the first day at TwitchCon onto a new thing. But I was freaking out so much that I like hit up Tex, like I was like, I don't know what I'm doing. I'm freaking out. Like I don't even know how to get to the con. And she drove over to my Airbnb, put all my whole photo book together, drove my ass over there, like literally such a hero. And on the next day made me Bloody Marys. Like she's a god.
No, yeah, Tex is awesome.
Yep.
I mean, even just hearing her having signed things on your behalf. It's so cool. Just knowing those things are floating out there somewhere. Somebody thinks they have a picture with thaButtress. It's like, it's Tex. What up? Awesome.
So I needed her to come towards my kids anyway, because I was like, bro, I don't know how you pose a chimeras. Like you just have to sit there. You just have to sit there. His legs are funky.
Do you still have these shoes that look like they're police car, inside of the car and everything?
I literally just threw those away before the move. Speaking of moving, y'all just moved, I just moved, and I honestly got rid of half of my shoes, and I am so proud of myself for that. That is one thing I never let go of, but I let go of those $10 Walmart radio shoes. Finally. I used them for the one thing I needed to use them for, and that was, I didn't need them anymore after that.
So,
they were kind of cool, though. They had a cool vibe to them, but
Yeah, no,
I didn't need them. I have some gold Heelys if I ever felt like I needed over-the-top tennis shoes.
Well, if we get cons up here again, we would love to have you over, and also, Tex and a bunch of other people we met. It'd be so cool, butt crew, best crew, and just chilling, having fun, going to Hooters. We don't have Hooters up here, right?
We have one for sure in Edmonton at the West Edmonton Mall.
But Edmonton's like a desolate wasteland.
You can just find any other bar for us that we're allowed to stand around in and act like fools, and we'll be good.
I mean, that's Canada in a nutshell. We stand around acting like fools.
Okay, that's what I heard. I'm about it. I've been hearing more and more good things about Canada for a while.
Awesome work. No, but again, super cool. I'm gonna move forward to the end. I don't know if I can play it because I don't want to get the copyright strike if there's like music in the background, because it's happened before.
I'm pretty sure it's all. Oh, the pictures on the last day, I was so grimy too. I was like,
I mean, that's everyone at the end of a con. They feel like death, and they want to curl up in a ball and just avoid the world.
Here it is.
I remember this drive home, or the drive to the airport. Oh, Admison and I split a sandwich. We could barely eat a whole meal because we were so hungover. We were like, let's just split it.
Awesome. All right, let me fix this now, because this happens when the YouTube plays on that. But very awesome, very cool. We have another. Oh, we have a picture of you with your butt dad.
Yeah, my dad. I threw that in there because I just like it was so fun. That was such a great stream to me, and that was just such a casual stream. But my dad really built a whole Gundam, and he is the most like attention problem person ever, and like doesn't even sit for very long. So him, like all the emotes, him like just even being on a stream for that long was surprising to me, and I know that wasn't the first time he did that, but for him to be on a stream and then also like build a Gundam was so exciting. That shit was hella funny.
Speaking of Axios.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, speaking of Axios, because look, there's just so many of them, aren't there?
Yep.
Yeah.
I think I even built an Exia 4 or an Axios SD. I feel like I've built so many Axios. That's what I'm talking about. Like it's just like they're all the same. I know they're not, but like it just feels like it. Because I also built that 160 Exia, the SD, and then the RG riser. Like there's just
so many. You're right. There's so many. Yeah. Oh man. No, he's like, what is this? What is this thing?
He really killed it too. At one point, I remember he was like, he put these two pieces together, and I remember the noise, which was like, oh, and I was like, see, like, yeah, I don't know, you know what I mean? Like, isn't it great? And he was like, I finally understand. And then he was being all dramatic, but that was one of my favorite clips, was because he was really like I could tell that he was into it, just like a casual, like, oh, that was kind of nice, like that was kind of cool. I feel like I can convince him to do it again.
You should. It'll be fun.
Yeah.
Then we have a little. Oh, there's the butt fall. I remember when I saw this.
Now we're getting into the greatest hits.
Classic. OG. This was. Look at the background right there. Honestly, I also feel really small right then too. This was so long ago. Not too long ago. I guess this was like early 2017. Did you see at the bottom the coffee come up?
Yep.
Because that coffee went all over my RG Sinanju. Like I was mid building that, and I had to take it all apart to get all the coffee cleaned up within it. It was so bad. But also, like, how do you get that waste back off? Like, I don't think it's possible. Yeah. So that one was cool. But it wasn't my kit. Someone bought it for me to build for them, my roommate. So I was like, here you go.
Here's a coffee stenched RG Sinanju.
It's totally shiny though.
And then we have the butt drop.
Another classic.
Yep.
Very classic. Same area, same place. So 2017ish. Ages are the best. Look at that. Oh no.
I totally forgot about the card table era of your streams.
Card table. What does that mean?
Well, like you had the just the folding table.
Oh yeah, folding tables. Yeah, up until just this desk, I was even on a folding table. But at Walmart, you can get 6 feet ones, and they're like pretty sturdy. So I was rocking one of those for a long time. But yeah, now I'm all up here with a desk.
Show it off.
Standing up.
Come on,
Superior.
flex. You can move it up and down. I saw it on your stream. I don't know if we can see it actually in the camera.
My backlog.
We can see a camera. Yeah, we can see. Nice. Yeah, she's definitely flexing. You saw the little. Awesome. Then we have the 1K. Oh, so what? So this is latest tip. Very cool. Again, I don't know if this one has music.
Is this the one with when I got a pizza? That wasn't a pizza. Now they're pulling out the old. Oh my gosh! I didn't even make this. I forgot about this weird video. Was this a Pop video? Did Pop make this one? I don't know. It's so cringe.
Who made this video? We need to know.
I'm pretty sure it was Pop.
Yeah.
The page breaks.
Compilation of you and your Zoid there. Oh man.
Yeah, Zoids are tight. You know what's even cooler than Zoids? Not cooler, but you know what I want more of?
What's up?
Hexagear. Those were so tight. I only built one. I don't remember what it was already, but that was tight.
They're so expensive.
Are they? I don't remember. It was like 40 or so, yeah, maybe, or was it more?
Well, it might be that they're a bit more expensive here in Canada too, because of our stupid, obnoxious exchange rate.
Oh man, I like the little lights you have. Everything. This is a trip down memory lane of all the stuff.
I'm saying back and forth in time.
Yep, pigtails. Okay.
This classic. The classic perfect grade drop was drop time.
Man, instant.
No. You're so cringe.
If you can't laugh about it, if you can't laugh about yourself, it's
in the moment. I'm in the moment, and then I look back and I'm like, who am I? Like, I don't even know who I am in any of these times, because like even Chris was sending me like some videos and pictures and memes and things that he's made from the past several years, and he sent me something. I was like, I didn't say that. Like, I don't remember that at all. Like, I don't even remember this video. Like, I don't remember any. Like, what are you talking about? That's not me. I wasn't there for that. It's just streamer brain. My subconscious is just out at all times. It's terrifying.
I mean, I think it really has to do with your personality and the way that you are and you present yourself, because you have a personality, you have a really kind of infectious kind of energy to you, which I think a lot of your viewers can see, right? A lot of your butt crew. So it definitely shows in these clips that you call it cringe, but they call memories, right? Despite, I think it's Nevus32 saying it hurts watching, so.
Yeah. We should have just replayed all those pixel hunts for them to stream on. They were really cringing. But thank you. Those are really nice words. I appreciate that.
Yeah. Well, now we have your build here, right?
Yeah.
Tell us.
Yeah. I'm sorry.
No, go for it. Go for it. Don't worry about it.
It's funny. I was just talking about the Camarius, but that one was actually a 1-day paint. Where it was 4th of July. I woke up and I was like, oh shit, it's 4th of July. What am I gonna do? And I was like, I'm just gonna paint something today. And it wasn't even primed. Like, it was not. I think I might have primed it on that stream, but like it wasn't have enough time to like set or anything. But I jumped on, plot plated out those stars really quickly, threw them on, painted the whole thing, shined the fuck out of it with some floor polish, and called that one a good day. And it was like a good 10 or so hour stream. I was really
awesome.
Really loving that one. And the next day we went back and did a panel wash, because the Camarius is really good for panel washes. It was perfect for those little details.
Mm-hmm.
So that was kind of a fast one, but a fun one, that bear is the Kanye bear from graduation. And, I made that for Pop, but plastic plating those sunglasses was super fun. Like, I didn't expect it to work out as well as it did, and I was able to make holes and make little I think I even took out something that was there. I don't know if I made holes or not, it's so long ago, but got it to connect onto his head. And that was one of my first times doing a lot of hand painting too, because on the eyes underneath the glasses there was like different colors and circles and stuff, so I was doing some little intricate stuff, and I plot plated like a little vest. That was a really fun project, and kind of early on with some of my customs. But then these butt coins, or what I call them, I've been making those a lot for for a long time. I don't remember when I made the first one, but it started with me making like butt coins that would be like my crown, and then whatever else on the other side, or maybe both sides of the crown, but just making some sort of a coin with different sides that you can use and flip, for whatever you want to be, a two-face or something. But like this one, these two I made, and there's two, those are just it's the same one, but one is cut out and one's cut in. Like I cut out the Tom Nook and put it on one, and so but these ones I made last year for Animal Crossing, and kind of probably the most intricate butt coins I've made, because all of the squares and the triangles were scribed, which was exhausting. And then the painting of the leaf and stuff. So those are my favorite little coins now. But I opened up a butt coin commission, so I've been working on those. Not right now, but now that I'm more stable in my house again, I'll be getting back into it.
What's the exchange rate on these to US dollar?
I don't know, but I know they're valued. I know they're valued now. So it's the coolest thing to see someone pull out one that they had like from forever ago. Like someone brought one out at TwitchCon and showed me, and it was all broken up and like beat up a little bit. And so I was like, okay, I gotta learn how to top coat these a little better. But it was in their wallet, and I was just like, that's so fucking tight. Like,
so cool.
That's so cool.
So cool.
Yeah.
Well, I really appreciate your patriotism with this one.
I'm not, but I it's 4th of July, and I had to.
It's a theme. It's a theme.
Yeah. When you're a streamer, you always try to use anything as inspiration for your next stream or something, So it's. Well, I just got a voicemail from Papa John's Pizza, supposedly. What is that even? I didn't order anything. Sorry for the distraction there, but that was a super tight day just to work with what you have with like the holiday or something. It's kind of nice not having to think that far ahead anymore. Like usually it's like, oh, this holiday's coming up, I better have the whole event planned. But now my stream is kind of more of my hobby, and while it's still my job, it's not my only job, so I don't have to depend on it for stability as much, which makes it just even that more fun,
That's awesome.
Yeah.
What do you think of this Kanye West bear, Sean?
I mean, I'm kind of hit or miss when it comes to Kanye in general, but it is pretty adorable.
So cute.
Yeah, it really is super cute. Then over here,
Pop, I think, has most of my customs.
Oh, really?
He a lot of them back in the day when I used to do commissions.
Awesome. And then we get to other customs here. Now we're looking at IBO frames and the Banshee over here.
Yeah, that Banshee was one I was just talking about earlier.
Yeah.
So that's when I customized, because Pop commissioned a pink and black one. So I did some, I don't know what they call that, the gunmetal. I did some gunmetal and black combos with the pink, the light buttress pink color.
Mm-hmm.
I love that one a lot. But that master grade death scythe was a really cool one that I did for a commission as well. I think that one I loved so much, and I struggled getting pictures of it the way I wanted, because it had such like there was like a brown gray and a blue gray that were both of the grays that went against the purple and the dark purple, and I loved the way that one looked, the paint scheme of that one, how it looked in different lighting and stuff. But I do remember that one had a pretty botched scribe job, because I was just learning So I'm in a way, I'm glad that all my customs are like gone. I either gave them away or, like sold them or something, because like I don't get to sit and dwell on all my mistakes and stuff. But it is nice to at least take pictures of them, because I remember that the one on the left I call my gruel, because it was like a vual mixed with a graze. And I in the moment hated it. I thought it was the worst job I ever did. And now looking back at pictures, I'm like, man, I was so hard on myself. Like, I love that one so much.
Yeah,
and
it's really nice.
I remember the picture I got of it. I took like a live photo on accident, but I tried to have its arm up, but it was slowly falling as I took the photo. So then it like made like a gif of him looking like he was like breathing in a way. It was tight. I remember that was a really cool. And I was like, man, this should be something we do. Like that should be a cool way to.
I love that I love that it just kind of looks like a really angry hockey player.
Yeah. Well, I learned a lot about IBO from my community before I had watched it, and they were saying, like, because I was always talking shit, I was like, man, like their waists are so weak. Like you could just take a beam saber straight to the waist, and they're like, well, there wasn't any beam sabers, and they were talking about how they built kits or like built their machines off of just leftover parts or whatever. I don't really fully know, but like I was like, okay, well, what if I just grabbed a bunch of different IBO parts I loved and fixed the pieces I didn't like and made this super asymmetrical kit bash. Got some scribe lines in there as well, which this was back when I was like really practicing my scribing.
Yeah.
So
well, scribing is
a
hard.
fun one.
Scribing is hard. And how about
especially freehand? That is so difficult.
Yeah. And then we have the mobile pod balls in there.
Yeah, I did. I forgot those. Those are my. I think those might have been my first holiday kits I made.
Those are some Christmas-looking things.
They're so cute. I love these ones. I think I gave those away individually. But using the runners for the reindeer ears, I was like, this is a genius idea, and it worked, and I was so happy. Also, some of my first times being able to work with like that bright, like Christmassy red and that good gold color too. So those are always fun to work with. Those nice bold colors. The candy cane was a bitch to do. Masking is always hard for me. I always pull up my paint or something. I really hate it, but I mean, who doesn't? Yeah. And then my hymn gun. So that isn't. What is that?
That's the enact. That's the enact. Yeah.
That one I did it like I think that was right before Stream On, but I built it and I was like, why does this look like him to me? Because he's like, he's got the long legs and this stuff. So that one was really fun. Just a little bit of plot plating to give it its characteristics, like its belt buckle and the little headpiece thing. But that one was honestly one of my favorite customs, just because it was such a weird idea. And
it looks like
whenever you realize who it is, when you realize who it is, you're like, oh, that's tight. Why? But that's my favorite one.
Can you do the voice? Such a weird voice.
It's been so long, I don't even remember it.
It's like
I also can't believe they're doing a live action. That's so bad.
It's so weird. Like I saw the footage of it, and it's like they literally just made the dresses out of like fabric sacks.
It's so awkward.
Our childhood being destroyed. But there you go.
One CW series at a time.
Oh my god, why is the CW just so bad? It always tries. It always does like almost good, and then it's just bad.
Yeah.
Example: The Flash.
Yeah, I was gonna say The Flash. Oh my! Do you know my hatred of the? Like,
I did not know, but I can tell you I hate The Flash after season 3.
Yeah, and then all of a sudden I was like, I do not care about anyone's problems anymore about this. Everyone has a problem, and they don't just talk it through or nothing, and like all of a sudden everyone's in love, which is like whatever, I get it, but I don't want to know. I don't care. It's The Flash. I'm trying to watch The Flash, and also once anything gets too into time traveling, I just stop being able to understand. So like after even the second, I was like, I don't know what happened now.
I think my problem for me was just it got so convoluted with everything. Like people were just like you said yourself, going the whole time traveling and bury this and then this. And I was just like, and then what's his girlfriend's name in that show?
Iris.
I hate her.
I know.
I hate her.
I know. But even worse than Iris was Laurel and Sarah and Arrow. Because I remember watching Arrow and then like hating Laurel, but then Sarah came, her sister, and I was like, oh my god, she's 10 times worse.
Yep.
I was like, this is awful. But
No,
anyway,
yeah. It became too much. Bring back Gossip Girl, bring back things like that. Because I'll watch Gossip Girl again. But
I did like Gotham, which isn't a CW show, but you know.
Yeah.
I was a Gotham fan.
Problem is...
Well, and I only made it a season and a half into Riverdale before I'm just like, well, they've lost me.
Can do.
Was it Netflix?
No, well, kind of. It's CW, but like the first season was really cool because there was a mystery around it, and then the second season has like that serial killer guy, and then that got resolved halfway, and then it got really stupid, and now it's gotten really, really stupid.
No. I mean, the comics were pretty stupid. Well, yeah. So, I remember reading those when I was a child, so I didn't expect myself to be interested in the show. But anyway.
I agree with you, Dannard, the Spannard. Smallville was like the only good thing they made. Don't at me. I will not at you because, yes, somebody save me, okay? Whenever I hear that song, Tom Welling, perfect Superman.
We're just not going to talk about how Chloe Mack was part of a cult.
Yeah, no, that's crazy. Yeah. When I found that out, I was like, what in the world? Every time I think of Smallville, I just think of how hot that girl was. But I can't ever remember her name. But anyway,
look, if we're talking about hot, Tom Welling is pretty hot. All right, for a long time, I always thought that Tom Welling was like the perfect Superman. They should have just made him Superman in the movies. But then, of course, Henry Cavill came out, and I was like, all right, well, you know what? I'm okay with this. This is fine. All right, so let's keep going. Then we have another. Is this another Christmas one? The Buttress Raider?
Yeah, that one I made in, I think, like 2019 for a giveaway, and I was asked to sign the base as well. I've never really customized my bases. I feel like I need to get into that. But, oh my god, I forgot to include my globe in this one. But, this was one of my holiday builds. I loved this one because wait, isn't the Hekaja from IBO?
Yeah, it's from IBO.
Yep.
Another one I love. So this one was super tight too. Just I like using those Christmas colors so much. I really enjoy doing holiday builds because I get to do fun Christmas colors. Again, the masking of the candy cane was a bitch for me. I just don't get that very well. Like I just don't understand. But everything else on that one is tight. It looks like an elf. Like I just saw it and I was like, this is an elf. Like I'm gonna make it into an elf. It just looks like that. So
I love your commitment to saying fuck doing the candy cane. It killed me. Yet you go and do it again. It's like
it's like I'm like it needs it. As much as I hate everything, like when it comes to, I mean, a lot of Gundam like parts of the building, I really hate it. Like putting all of these pieces on sticks, I like struggle knowing where to put them, and like I'm in the moment hating it, but then I start painting. I'm like, yay! And then I have to mask something. I'm bitter, but I do it and it looks great. I'm like, oh, I'm the fucking best. Like it's such a back and forth emotion, which is why at the end of the kit, I'm like, I hate this.
Yeah.
But then, let me not look at it for a while and come back, and then I think I'm hot shit again. So it's just literally roller coaster of emotions.
He wants a Uvio, who is one of our followers, says, is that airbrushed or hand painted?
So all of it was airbrushed. There might have been some. I think there was like the face plate on the green. There was like a little section around it that I hand painted blue. Mm-hmm. There might have been some little things, but most of the time I airbrush everything. And if there's like some touch ups or little accent pieces I might hand paint, I'll do that. But yeah. I think this one was the majority of it was airbrushed.
Nice.
Sorry.
It's okay. You don't have to apologize. It's okay. It's okay. We have Kevin in our crew, and he sometimes has dogs barking. It's okay.
Well, and we also have Lexi with her cat headbutting its food dish.
Yep. Oh, there we go.
I luckily have, so we can let Reggie go bark downstairs. Machi's the problem child, so if I keep her with me, she'll be okay.
And then Gunpla Ghost, another follower of ours, part of GTS fans, says Sasabi as Santa Claus next.
Yeah, I haven't ever built a Sazami either. I've only built a Sinanju. So yeah, that would be a good one. Just because it's also big, But I'm thinking like also maybe like if we're doing Santa, what is that? What am I thinking of right now? That's like big and what that big turtle looking one? The Gusion.
The Gusion, yeah.
Yeah, that'll be a fun. But we gotta change the head out.
Yeah.
So it's also be one.
Yeah. Yeah.
You need to build that. The master grade for a cop, or even the real grade, just any of those two. Amazing kits.
Just never had it. There's so many, you know? I feel like I've built over 100 probably, or more. Maybe,
Yeah.
I don't know. But like and there's still just more to build.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
All the time.
Oh, the O. I would love to build an O. The O.
And then we have another IBO kit. The Gross. I think it's the Grace, right? The Gross.
This is another super kit bash. I can't even remember what I pulled out of this because I know the waist things are also shoulder pieces. This has 4 arms. I built this like out of extra parts that I just had and then painted it all. I thought it looked like a lobster, like a crustacean after I was done kit bashing all these pieces together because I just keep just boxes of extra parts and things in here, and like I have a couple of just boxes of extra parts where I've either collected, someone's gifted me a bunch of just extra parts, or I've collected them like at a con or something. Yeah, just a con will just have a bunch of them there, and I'll just like pay for a bunch of it. And so I just put these all pieces weirdly together, and I was like, this looks like some sort of a crustacean, and so I painted it with some earthy colors, but I actually sold that one to I assume, who knows, stranger at TwitchCon at my booth.
A stranger?
I mean, he could have known who I was and not told me, but I'm pretty sure he didn't know who I was, and really just bought that. So I felt really cool about that.
So awesome. I mean, I love the little arm thing that's like on its hand. Like, what?
Thank you.
It's like a weapon. It looks pretty deadly.
I think it was part of the dark matter, maybe.
Yeah, I can see that. Yeah. Yeah.
I can't really remember. Yeah. Oh yeah, there you go. Metal Force that I got from the XA Dark Matter.
Yeah,
Makes
there it
sense.
is.
I actually used pieces of the Dark Matter again. I guess that kit is just destroyed because I grabbed pieces of the Dark Matter. Something has like 3 things, and I glued it onto the headpiece of my Ogre GNX and sculpted some back to it to make the horns for my current project.
Wow, it's gonna be cool. I saw you putting those things up on talking about how you use like the little styrofoam things for the holders.
Yeah, I used to use styrofoam all the time, and then I was like, man, I got so many holes in this, and I just like keep needing more styrofoam. So I made a more temporary one out of cardboard. You know, like there's like the holes in the cardboard, and so I just glued a bunch of cardboard pieces together to make a temporary or a permanent one. But then I moved and threw away all of my things that I could just remake again. So I have to make another one.
Splatoon, yeah. Well, we got SDs. I wish Derek was here. Derek is another part. He's part of the crew, and he loves SDs, and so does my wife.
They're so good to make anything with.
Yeah, they're so cute. Aw.
These ones were crazy because I just sculpted a lot more than I usually did, and I'm super bummed. The dude with the roller, I didn't get pictures of the back of his head, but you can kind of see that there's orange there, and I basically like claw plated a haircut, like a full ponytail for this person, just like shapes like anime ponytail into the back. It was probably one of my crowning achievements, and I never got a picture of it, so I'm pretty sad about that. But I thought these were super fun. I gave them all individually away for a giveaway. Finding a way to make the plastic roller was really funny, and the coloring was exactly what I was going for with the Splatoon vibe. You know, everything bright and colored, and I was really excited that they made, because I think I even made this. I don't know if I made this for the Splatoon, the first one or the second one, but I was really amped that they had just like different skin tones in the game, so I tried to do that in the kits as well. The shoelaces were my favorite part.
Yeah.
So, tiny shoelaces.
Well,
that one. Those are fun.
I can see the BB Barbato's feet on that, along with his weapon on the one on the right, the Exia, the one with the face of the racer or whatever.
Yeah, there was an Exia, the Barbatos, and there was whatever is the one on the left.
it looks like a Barbatos. The one all the way on the left looks like the Barbatos one because it has the chin for the Barbatos. But it doesn't have like the little crown on it.
I don't remember what the other one was. It's so long ago.
Oh man, you know what I love is your creativity. Like just the fact that you look at something like, you know what, I'm gonna make it into this. There's like really no limit, which is what Gunpla should be, right? Because we see a lot of different guests on here. You know, very clean builds. We have GBWC winners on here. We have Resin Kings from Korea here, Masters, Seoya, and like so many. And then it's like there's so much to do. And even you're obviously somebody who's showing this, like, hey, you can Splatoon 2, here you go. SDs, kit bashed, reindeer antlers with the runners, like, go for it. Go crazy.
Well,
It's like, do whatever you want.
That's kind of the thing. I've been, like, this season, I've been lucky to have, I'm going to probably make you cry saying this, but two of my biggest build inspirations on this season, because, I mean, having Scott earlier in the season from Scale Modeler Supply, and then having you on who kind of put all these ideas of doing these crossover builds, because I've always got these crossover builds running in my head, and I know it came from you.
Yeah, oh fuck. Oh no, my whole heart. That's so cute. That's so good though. I'm so glad. That is everything I want it to be, you know, like I want it to be like you can do this and you can do it in your own way and fuck gatekeeping. Like you know, I had to deal with it and I'm still doing cool things, you know, like you can too.
Yeah. That's what it's about. That's what the hobby's about. That's the thing.
Yeah.
That's what it's about. That's why we're open. So actually, a little plug.
Have fun, do stupid shit, and enjoy the hobby.
A little plug. Our so if I may, just real quick, the GTS Discord is always open to everyone, right? Like we are open to it. Is GTS. We were talking to thaButtress about this yesterday about how we're trying to shy away from the Gunpla Talk Show name and just GTS, so we don't always have Gunpla stuck to it. Because over at the GTS Discord, you could post military, you could post Digimon, you can post whatever you want because that's what the community is about, is being able to do everything. And then you have amazing builders. So if you guys want to go over there and chill the GTS Discord, be part of the group build, you guys still have a month actually to get on that, because on May 15th, that's the day it'll end, which is a whole like story thing that Derek helped build. So Fetties against Xeon and all that stuff. And so there's a lot of stuff to do, and just seeing, you know, thaButtress put out these awesome builds that are just super creative. And then speaking of creative, we get this other reference picture on the next one with the arms. Like, come on, tell us what's going on here.
I don't remember why. I remember ARMS came out, and just in general, Switch fucking love Nintendo, so I was super about it. But I don't remember what inspired this. Oh wait, oh my god, no, I kind of do, because we were doing. I met Luna, who's another streamer. I was saying it earlier, Luna Lyric, and she introduced me to other women streamers in the area, and then I all of a sudden had like friends that did things similar to me, and we would like once a month have a sleepover where we would do a stream on like each other's channels and just like get together and fuck off. And usually they became themed because we're all just like one-upping each other. And so there was one night that I had the theme and I made it fight night. And I made it so that everyone had to like be competing the whole time, which is, you know, my favorite thing. Yeah, it was a sleepover. So that first one on the right side, the Master Gundam, I think I had just built it maybe or something, but I had an Epion thing that I just swirled and found a way to stick in there, and I was like, I'm gonna make like a ARMS Gundam. So this is after Spring Man, whoever the main guy is. I made him the same color scheme and everything, and then afterwards I was like, I gotta make Ribbon Girl too. Like, so I made Ribbon Girl as well. Funny enough, Pop does own both of these again as well.
Pop just has a whole collection of your customs.
Yeah, because he's been around for so long. He won the giveaway for the Master Gundam. And then the Ribbon Girl I had at TwitchCon, and he bought that one afterwards. So
the Sailor Moon guy. Nice.
Yeah, those ones are fun. Those are a good little something interesting. That wasn't too difficult. I didn't do any other plastic plating or anything like that. I just kind of painted it and added some funky arms, and that's one step more than any. You know, that's something super different than anyone else's, but it wasn't as much work, which was, it's kind of nice every once in a while to do something that's not.
Now, Metal Force ST says you should see Pop's shrine, and then Danner at the Spanner said Pop's got to catch them all.
I don't know. I'm hoping he doesn't have a shrine, but I wouldn't put it past him. With
now I'm just picturing Helga's shrine to Arnold.
Oh,
Bring back Arnold. Bring it back. Awesome.
Yeah, for real.
Again,
that house is so tough.
Yep. I was gonna say creativity up the ass, dude. Like, holy shit, man. Just like anything. I really envy that kind of eye that certain people have when it comes to looking at a kit and just being able, like, okay, I know this, and I'm gonna make it into this. Like, this kit will become this in some way or another. Here you go. And again, I know, sometimes I've been told that I give a lot of praise, but I don't give praise just to give praise. I'm not, not fake. Like, this is honest praise because this is so freaking cool. Because if I could sit here and do this stuff, then I would be doing it, but I can't because I lack that eye.
It's practice, is all it is. Like, I hate saying that, but like it is. Like, I get on my head all the time. I'm like, I say that I'm not creative all the time, but like it's literally just, you have to do it. You just have to keep trying and keep making something new. And if you fail, like, you just fix it. Like, I don't know, Gunpla is cool because you can just fix most of the things that you fail at. But I definitely wasn't out here making super custom creative ideas first try. It's been years of practicing on that. And I think anyone can if you put enough work into it.
Of course.
Well, I mean, I remember when I first started following you, it was still a chunk of cardboard on the back patio with spray paint.
That was so... Oh, man. Spray painting is a bitch. Because it's like the wind and the dirt, and you have to stick tack everything down, and then your paint sticks to it sometimes or something.
Yeah.
I was super excited to be able to get an airbrush set up. That was literally thanks to the Butt crew who helped me get all that together and has completely it took my shit to the next level for sure.
See, Sean, you're gonna make Sean cry because Sean is a spray can guy.
No, I mean it's what she said about practice. I'm too stubborn to give up rattle cans, and I'm getting good at it.
It's expensive.
It is.
Yeah, not wrong.
You just don't have any control. I feel like there's no control.
Exactly. That's the main thing. I mean, as much as I respect people, so there's a GBWC winner here in Canada. His name is Nico Tejada, and he did his winning entry for Canada with all spray cans, right? And he went all the way to Japan.
I would just to make every piece so like, okay, this piece, like, how would you ever like? I don't know. I just don't see how.
The guy's amazing, but. Yeah, definitely airbrush gives you way more control. But speaking of control, let's talk about the Gundam glitch, which obviously has the Twitch logo on it. What's up with this guy?
Yeah. So that was the 1 in 60 no grade Exia. This was kind of really early on. It was 2017, but I don't remember why I made a Twitch one specifically. Like, I don't remember the reasoning behind it, but I remember that I wanted to make the crown like base in his crotch. Like, if you can see the thighs have like each arm of my crown, and then the middle little cockpit piece has like the little gem designs of my crown in the middle. Lots of plow plating along the sides and stuff. But the Twitch logo is kind of a bitch to plow plate. Like,
you
that
don't
took
say.
me so long. And then also just even drawing the glitch, it looks really simple, but like I could not understand it. And then the best part was like after, when we had like another competition later that was Twitch themed, other people were trying to do the glitch, and they were like, yo, this is really fucking hard. Like, it was really kind of difficult, but this ended up being the big giveaway for my booth at TwitchCon that year. So I had people come over and like post a picture with me and this hashtag, and you'll get entered into the raffle, which is why so many people were taking pictures of themselves with text to get into this raffle. But then we ended up giving it away, and I never saw it again. But we got posters made, so I got a bazillion posters I don't know what to do with of this still. And the Arms Gundam and the Banshee, funny enough. I have some.
Well, we have an address, and we can put them up on our walls.
I'll send it to you, and you can disperse them. I have like so many of each one still. I can't give away posters from like 3 years ago. ago.
We'll put a picture of Tex behind them saying she's the one who built them. The true buttress. No, this is some sick work. This one's really cool. And just even like I was gonna talk to you about the logo for Twitch, and like even you just saying that thing was difficult. So awesome work.
And I did 2 layers. Oh, that was the hard part. I did the one layer that I did purple, the layer on top, the layer underneath that was the white. Yeah, that was hard.
It's crazy. All right. Well,
that was a cool kit though. That 1 in 60 Exio was really tight. I'm a huge fan of no grade 1 in 60s.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I don't know if it's more than just that one.
I'm
a fan of no grades.
Yeah. Backtracking. We have Twitch Divers Contest, another Twitch inspired build.
That was for my very first contest, right? Yes.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, yes, I think.
The one I didn't know I got 3rd runner-up in until like 2 months later when you messaged me.
So I was like, I need your address to give you these prizes. So I ran my first contest. It was super fun. Mostly, I think the theme was, I called it Twitch Divers because you had to pick a build series kit. Mm-hmm. And because I mean they were really big at that time and really easy to get for cheap, and I thought it would be perfect. And the theme was basically like what to make something that, like, wasn't it? I'm looking at chat for people to help me. It was like basically, you know, what does Twitch mean to you? What does the internet mean to you? Like, what is this about for you? And so for me, I did Twitch colors. I got my crown on the top, which was kind of a difficult plot plating to make just to design my crown, but in a circle shape, kind of. And I really went ham on the plot plating on this one, which was really fun, layering up the waist skirts and stuff, and adding on random little weapon parts and things. I never really done that either, like getting new vents and adding those on, or and that shield thing. I know I did something with that, but I can't remember. I think that's where the logo was. I scribed the Twitch logo, the glitch logo. That was the big one for me on this. That was pretty intense. But I really loved this one, and I actually kept this one. So I do actually own this one, which is like one of the very few kits that I've kept. But I was like, this one means a lot to me for the whole. It's my first contest, but also it was really built on my community. And I don't remember the parts of it that got me other than just the gold. You know, it was like, we're the fucking best. You got a good gold on there. But yeah, you were even in that one too. And I was thinking about this right before, and I was like, I don't remember what place you placed, but I was like, but I'm pretty sure it was one of the first 3, like you actually placed in that.
And mine wasn't even finished.
It was great.
But because I did my little Twitch Guardian from the reboot inspiration.
Awesome.
That was super fun. And we did another contest afterwards. Can't remember all the details or the name, but it was shit, I can't even remember anything of it because I didn't build a kit for that one. So
I think it was the Gunpla Fusion one.
Fusion.
I couldn't enter it because I couldn't afford to get anything at that point, so I missed that one.
Oh man,
that was fun too.
Man, so you just
we need to do another one.
Yeah, go for it. This is, I mean, you just seeing everything that you do. You really love plot plating.
I love plot plating. That's my favorite. That's definitely my favorite part of building. Although I'm getting to loving the different things of painting more too now. But I definitely think my greatest strength is my plot plating. Like if I'm just being honest about what my strength is, it's definitely plot plating. My weakness is anytime I have to paint one piece 2 separate colors. I just that's my weakness.
Oh man! And then Asuka Tano from Star Wars.
Oh, yeah, I made this one for Luna Lyric. She was a big Star Wars fan, so when I was moving away from Washington, I was hella sad, and I wanted to make something for her. So this one was a basic build. Like I didn't customize anything on this outside of the side skirts you see there, which I scratch built. So everything on the kit was just a basic paint airbrush. except for I painted the white on the hair, and then whatever. I don't really know much about Star Wars or Ahsoka anyway. But there's a new show, and I will. So the side skirts I scratch built, just plastic, layered some plastic up, but had to layer little plastics up to make the holder for her lightsabers. So that actually does hold her
beam?
Lightsabers in her, yeah.
Nice.
The beam saber, but it's a lightsaber for her.
Oh, right. True. Sorry. Lightsaber, the Star Wars.
I hand painted the blue on her hair headpiece thing. So that was terrifying. I was super shook, but I feel like it ended up being exactly what I was looking for, so it was exciting.
Well, that's the focal point for this piece, right? Immediately when you see it, you look at the hair, and you're like, oh, damn, okay. Yeah. I see you, Buttress over there. It's your hand painting skills, holy shit.
This is kind of the kit that I started doing more scratch building too. I wasn't as terrified of it right off the bat. I was like, I feel like I could just make this? Like, I don't know, I feel like I can just make this.
Oh. And then, who's this evil overlord?
Plastic plating. So much plastic on that.
This makes me feel bad. Like, honestly, just kind of... You know what, I'm going to tell you why, because yesterday, actually, I forgot to mention. So, my idea for... Because I'm a big Lord of the Rings fan. Is to make the Barbatos, the master grade Barbatos that I have, into Sauron or something like that, or the Witch King, because of like the hands that it has, and the way it just kind of has that slender body, and you could do a lot with it. But when I saw this yesterday, and I even told you, I'm like, what the is this? Like, I have like. And they're talking about it on the chat too. Danner Spanner's like, yeah, I hope they have a pic of Sauron, a plot-plated masterpiece. And holy God, Buttress, like, you gotta calm down because you're putting us to shame. What the hell? Like, tell us.
I mean, this was one of my largest passion projects. I think I started it years ago because I looked at it and I was like, tell me why this looks like Sauron. Like just the faceplate of that. What even is this kit?
The Grimguard.
Yeah, the Grimguard. Yeah.
The Grimguard. I love how you guys say things and then I just say it a totally different way. Like every time. I'm like, that's not how I say it. I say Grimguard.
You're like, fuck you, Canadians.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on there, but...
A boot.
So this one, I started it like kind of chill, just added a little bit because I was like, oh, the face will sell it itself, And then every single time I thought that I was like feeling like, oh, like this is really good. Like I think this is really good. Like not like done, but I was like, oh, this is... that part that I just did was really great. And I don't know if y'all know Viper, but Viper was in my chat and he was like, oh, awesome. Add more. And I was like, and then that just became my motto for this, that I was like, all right, like if I'm going to go out and make a Sauron, I got to make a fucking Sauron. He's a big, lots of shit, lots of things. So lots of layers on the front shoulder, back shoulder, side shoulders. Even the front skirt actually was kind of crazy. I was very intimidated by it because I feel like all of this can break any second because I layered one side of each of the middle and then layered another one with like little fangs just hovering over. So those little tiny points are just like hovering over nothing. And I'm just like terrified that they would snap at any point.
Mm-hmm.
And then learning how to get all of this on was a really big challenge because you have to like make the appropriate slits to slide things in the right spaces. The knees, I remember I like carved shit into it so I could find a way to get the glue to connect to something to get that in there. Yeah, it was. This was definitely my hardest project, but the coolest part for me was making that mace.
It came out
like
so
that,
awesome.
That shit was hella hard, and every time I was working on it, I was like, I hate this, but I'm so happy with the amount of work I put into it. Plus the headpieces, like, the Grimguard normally goes like this way, but I had to cut it and then readjust it to go straight up.
Yeah.
And then added the plastic to try to where you look at it straight on, it would go, evenly dispersed between them, and carved a shit out of the top of that head to get those to stay in there. Damn. So that one was definitely my biggest project.
Where is this guy now? Please don't tell me it's with Pop.
I do have him. I did break the tip of the mace off, but I can fix it.
I
got a little chip on his shoulder, and
I'm gonna steal this
when
thing.
I took him to New Type.
I'll steal it. I've said it. Jigglypuff seen from above. The hell is this?
It's me being a dick.
It's just a circle. Fucking Jigglypuff. And then we have Sauron finished.
The finished. Oh, my baby. Definitely my biggest crowning achievement now at this point.
Holy
And that first picture was my favorite thing. I liked being able to, that you could see the spacing between the headpiece. And I'd never dry brushed before, so before I painted this, I did a quick like dry brush lesson for myself on an SD for like a Halloween thing, and then dry brushed this one afterwards. And then last minute painted a ring on his finger because I was like, yeah, I feel like he should have a ring on his finger or something.
I mean, I don't know why. I don't know why he would have a ring, right?
Yeah, I don't know. But yeah, this was my baby now. I was able to display it at New Type BuildCon, and then it's been hiding in a box since because I'm scared of breaking it.
So awesome.
I guess I did some. I think it was just the black with like a gunmetal brushing on it, maybe, or silver or something. I'm not sure. A pretty basic paint job, honestly.
That texture is just so good.
Thank you so much.
I'm gonna steal this, so just hide it in the box.
I mean, like physically, or like you're gonna steal the idea because you should totally build.
Oh no, I'm stealing it physically. Like I'm already planning it out. That's what's going on right here. So.
I'll send you down. I actually, the Ganon that I'm working on right now is an idea that I stole from someone from Gunpla Fusion, actually. And the Gunpla Fusion, I remember what it is. It's mixing your favorite things with Gundam, or I don't even know, but something like along those lines. And someone made a Gundam or Ganon out of the Ogre GNX, and I was like, this is such a good Ganon.
Yeah.
Do you mind if I also make a Ganon out of the Ogre GNX? And they're like, yeah. So that was kind of an idea that I stole from someone else. So you should too.
Well, I'm definitely doing my own Lord of the Rings thing, but this is so awesome. Seriously, even just looking through all of your work, and like, it's not just your work, it's not just Gundam and Gunpla, it's your work with the community, what you're doing on Twitch, what you're doing in general. You are an amazing person. This is so cool. Like, this is so fun. Sean, you have anything to say, man?
Honestly, just thank you. Like, thank you for being on the show. Thank you for, just kind of always being around.
Yeah, thank you for saying that. I sorry for my sirens and stuff, but yeah, I really appreciate you guys having me on in general. This is like literally just a great trip down memory lane, but also I've been trying to get more and more involved with the Gunpla community itself. I feel like I'm kind of like hiding behind my butt crew a little bit, so I'm down to do more things, and I appreciate you inviting me out to be able to talk with you guys and stuff.
No, and thank you to the butt crew too for being on the chat and like talking, helping you out, so you could be cheating with the memories and remembering things. It's okay. It's okay. You guys, butt crew, best crew. If you guys want to become part of the GTS fam, you guys can. But before that, I think Sean has an announcement.
Yeah, we got to go through a little bit of stuff that's coming down the pipeline. So maybe this week there's going to be a review of the entry grade RX-78. So look forward to that on our YouTube channel. And then, of course, hit up our social medias, Facebook, which we don't use much, but it's still there, so follow us. But the big ones are Instagram, Twitch, YouTube. Just follow the show, follow our stuff. And, of course, last but not least, we still have our Patreon, and we love people joining that to get in on all the fun behind the scenes.
Yeah, behind the scenes, the stuff that we're getting. We just got some new kits from our sponsor, Plamod, today, that we're going to be reviewing in the future. So if you guys want to be able to see that and support what we're doing. And if you like these interviews, you guys can click the follow on our Twitch. It would really help us. We have Chasing Artwork next week. So he's going to be talking about his art and everything that he does. If you guys haven't looked him up, you should. He's worked with Blizzard. He's worked with Disney. So you guys should definitely...
Disney?
Yeah, was that on...
I said it Mexican once, right? I said it Spanish, right? Disney, yeah. I just completely messed myself up. Thank you so much, Sean, for making fun of the way that I said it.
I thought you were doing it on purpose to talk about how I say different things than you. And I was like, maybe is he trying to get me to catch too?
So there's this running joke in Spanish that it's like the way it's said in English and in Spanish. So I just kind of thought of the woman who does the joke. It's like, I don't know. My cable's crossed. You guys can make fun of me. But anyway, no, but seriously, if you guys really want to follow us and check out next week's awesome interview, then cool. And again, Buttress, honestly, super cool to have you on. Thank you so much for coming on. And
thank you.
And yeah.
Great time.
All right. Well, Butt Crew, we'll see you guys here next week along with GTS fam. And that'll be all from us. And we hope you have a great weekend. Take care, guys.
Yeah. Bye. Thank you.